Here's everything I can teach you about being an indie director in about 6 minutes. Number 1. Prepare before going to set. Going blindly into production will only cause confusion for your cast, crew, and film. Start out with a script and read it once, twice, 3 times until every little beat comes naturally. Write an extremely detailed film guide covering your visuals with mood boards and ideas. Share these with your DP, production designer, and any creative department to help them know that your vision isn't built off of it. Notate the script, and 2. Coming up with a system for every scene, which leads us to number 2. Think like an actor. In a printed script, notate 3 optional ways to take a line using strategies like twos, as ifs, and character questions. Add in these ideas for opposites, so if something doesn't seem to be working, an actor can try an opposite that spark new ideas for choices with the character. Rule 3 is write a note that feels like the correct way to perform a line, a second that feels like an exciting way to perform a line, and a third that feels like the wrong way. And spoiler alert, if your notes are good enough, all of them should work for a scene. Most of the time you won't even use a quarter of these notes in set, but they're great to have to use to prepare. Casting is half the battle. Gaining an actor's trust that you aim to support and respect their methods and strategies is key, so telling someone to be bigger isn't always going to make you friends, which leads us to number 3. Earn the trust from those working with you. Unlike old Hitchcock said, on indie sets there is seldom incentive from a paycheck. Oftentimes people are there because they love working on films, want work for the real, or enjoy working with your team, so you have no right to expect anything from them if you're going to be difficult or an ass to work with. On indie sets, trust in the vision is what makes the process worth it for everyone, so earning that from your cast, crews, and team is key. When it comes to your actors, make sure you're supporting them in what they need, even if they have a strategy for approaching a scene that you don't understand. If it works for them, it's not made-up actor BS. Support them and make it clear that you're there to help them achieve their performance of a lifetime. As for crew, if you're their leader, get out of the chair and help them move. Lead by example. If you're shooting outside in the cold, you better be the first outside and the last inside. Your responsibility is your team's comfort, excitement, and safety, which leads us to number 4. Never ask somebody to do something you aren't willing to do yourself. Sure, there will be stunts, intimacy, and choreography that you simply can't do, but if you aren't willing to lay down in the freezing cold ground for over an hour, don't ask an actor. If you wouldn't be willing to hold a boom pole for a 17-minute shot, don't ask a crew member. You do not inspire by inflicting fear or making things harder. You make your team hate you. This process is collaborative, so you lead by example. So your goal is to build a vision and lead by example, especially with your knowledge of the script, which leads us to number 5. Know the script inside and out. Your notation can be simple or complex, but if you can recount the actions of each scene with ease, you won't slow down set while you dig through action lines of a script. People will doubt your ability if you can't answer their questions. Be ready to support them in their methods with being a representative of the story, motivations, and vision for the project. Know what you want. Listen for a little voice in the back of your head, but it allows for collaboration, which leads us to number 6. Honor people, their vision, and their respect. Don't make fun of people for having an idea that doesn't align with your vision, making an odd choice during a scene, or even failing to know as a part of the script. As with your trust earned, it's the director's responsibility to hold and validate the respect that comes from the position. Basically, don't yell at people. On every narrative set, there is a ton of artists working towards one goal, finishing the film. While your vision is the goal, different ideas should be celebrated and considered. Labeling something as wrong only aims to disrespect and put down the artist that supported the idea, making them feel bad. This isn't just your project. Hold empathy forward as a representative for the team, which leads us to number 7. Value people's times while protecting quality. Everyone wants what's best for the film, I promise you, but people have lives outside the production, so sometimes you need to sacrifice quality to make a day. Make it a challenge. Wrap on time every time and prove to your team that you're looking out for them. Lead by example, so they'll be itching to make every setup the best it can be, which leads us to number 8. Shot list. For the love of God, come to every set with a shot list. Make one master shot list and have separate sheets for every day of production. Order them in a way that's easy for crew, but also doesn't force actors to jump too heavily from emotional beat to emotional beat. I build mine out easily. Scene number, shot letter, how many takes I think I'll need to get something usable, shot size, type of movement, the camera raking lens I used, the location of the shot, if it's outside or inside, the characters in the shot, a description of the shot visually with actors blocking, and page numbers, if I want or need it for a cut, how long I'm going to give myself to get it, or if I'll need sound, and finally to be filled out by a script supervisor for which takes I like most. If you know what's possible for your team, it's simple, which leads us to number 9. Know the technical side. While your DP will supervise your vision and camera and lighting, it's up to you to gauge what will or won't be possible for production. What do different lenses do to the face? How will lighting shape the image? What do certain rays do for the mood of a shot? These are all questions you should be able to answer during a phase of production. Visual elements are what makes this a medium, so the director that doesn't have the technical reasoning behind their film will only have a film as lucky as they plot out their shot list, and oftentimes you can thank the DP for that, which leads us to number 10. Cut shots. If you're not pacing to make a day, cut and combine shots until you have just enough coverage to make a day. It sucks, but if you're going to finish the film, you need to know what's possible, know what's needed, and cut until you have shots you need. My second feature film had a shot list of 400. The final cut had around 290. A good director can tell a story with only a few shots, which leads us to number 11. Drop the ego. Even if you've done this hundreds of times now, hiding an ego will do nothing but cause you to miss elements and treat people poorly. Sure, it's great to have confidence in your work and prove to people that you know what you're doing, but you are in a leadership position. Don't think your power can go unchecked. Treat people with kindness and be proud of the work you're doing quietly while inspiring your team to feel great about themselves. Listen more than you speak and push people to feel confidently about the work they're doing, which leads us to number 12. Credit others for the work they do. Sure, their central vision comes for you, but you probably didn't set up camera for every shot, move the light for every take, pull focus perfectly on time, give the winning performance, grab the sharpest down, match the color between each shot, etc., etc. Your team did that, and while your job is to lead them, you don't take credit for their work. The time for tourism is over. You will piss people off if you steal credit. Congratulate and acknowledge your team and push them to achieve their goals, which leads us to number 13. Celebrate others' achievements. Build a positive energy on set so that people will want to keep coming back. When the take goes well, cheer. Thank every actor, camera operator, and promise them just how good that looked. When people feel good about their work, they want to just keep coming back. When something goes wrong, it's just part of the process. Adjustments is a better term than fixing. Quick reset, roll camera, audio, slate, action. We move quick, but not in a if I'm slow I get yelled at type of way, but in the same way a relay runner passes the baton. We move because we want to achieve greatness, hopping from setup to setup, seeing beauty in the chaos. A great director inspires their cast and crew so that they seemingly run the set without them, serving as a crucial role model, the first to sweat, the central voice to make these adjustments to tell the story. You're above the line, but you're nothing without the team moving the project forward, which leads me to number 14. Slow down. Take glory in the moment, celebrate the achievements, and most importantly, keep trying. This job isn't easy, and you're going to fail more times than you wish to admit. Keep the pacing on set, but make sure to rest before and after. Know your limits, and please support your team. There is no winning in this game. We just make things we want. So please, number 15, drop the ego.